Makabe was deep in thought, his back to Sabre in the corner before this matchup began, and can only wonder what's going through his mind right here as he stands across the ring from one of the most technically sound wrestlers of our generation in Zack Sabre Jr. He says it's time.
Extends the hand, met by Zack Sabre Jr. Wrestling fans, this is gonna be one for the books. A main event that could only happen here at the Roseland Theater.
Sizing each other up here to start things off. Both men with impeccable ground game.
You saw the Cascadia scarf that Daniel Makabe held up to the hard cam during his entrance. Literally and metaphorically holding the Cascadia region on his back. I've heard it from many people. I am not native to the Cascadia region myself, but I've heard it from many. For a very long time, it was considered a black hole for professional wrestling. And it is thanks to the titanic efforts of men like Daniel Makabe that he has changed and curbed and frankly obliterated that perception. Tonight is the culmination of all of that, hoping to stand toe-to-toe with the very best in the world. You heard it from Danielson himself.
See now, neither man wants to really show their hand too quickly here. It's very much, at this point, an incredibly mental game.
And again, for those unaware, this most likely Daniel Makabe's last match in Prestige Wrestling. He is 3 months away from calling it a day. 20 plus years in professional wrestling, and he is 3 months away from his career coming to an end. It's now or never. It's make or break. There's no time for mistakes. There's no time to say, oh, maybe next time, maybe next Roseland, maybe in a year. This is it, Brian.
I'm pretty sure he knows full well the gravity of this situation and the necessity he feels in his heart and in his soul to win tonight. I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at. A 20-year career in professional wrestling, that's exceedingly rare. But even the best can have losses that haunt their careers, haunt their dreams. You gotta wonder what'll happen here if Makabe can't pull off the win.
Makabe with expert positioning of the legs, keeping Sabre Jr. down on the mat and looking to lock in that cross arm breaker. Sabre Jr. very, very wisely interlacing those fingers, doing everything he can to reprieve the pressure.
Oh, boy, look at the torque there on the ankle and the knee.
Sabre
Oh,
Jr., a true student of the game. We talk about the sage words from Brian Danielson, in many ways passing the torch from himself to Sabre Jr.
Look at what's going on here with the legs.
Bridge. Effortless bridge there from Zack Sabre Jr. Makabe doing everything he can to escape.
Look at that, that's crafty.
And he does. In addition to those words from Danielson, Sabre Jr., a winner of the Wrestling Observer newsletter Brian Danielson Award for 7 consecutive years. I mean, the resume is second to none.
Absolutely, these are two of the best in their field, and you can see right here, they are taking it very seriously. A lot of respect being shown by what we're seeing in this back and forth right now, Jordan.
Zack Sabre Jr. with the hands across the face, into the eyes, digging into the nose, digging into the mouth, keeping the breath and the vision of Makabe neutralized. We're in a bit of a standstill here. Smiles on the faces of both men.
Look at this. This has been a night, Jordan, where several men and women have been getting what they wanted. We've talked about the whole theme of dream matches here tonight.
Hold on, again.
Oh!
Cross arm breaker cinched in, this time from Sabre Jr. to Makabe. Turnabout is fair play here, Brian.
You know, it blows my mind as a competitor to see the look on these guys' faces when they're looking figurative death in the face. And the bravery and the gumption they show when they're confronting these dream opponents, it's really something to believe.
Hold on, Sabre Jr. maybe has the shoulders of Makabe down. Towards the ropes. Might cause a break, but Sabre Jr. knows the ring so well. Not sure if referee Aubrey Edwards was necessarily calling for the break, but that's the thing about Zack Sabre Jr. He never keeps a hold cinched in for more than a few seconds, and he's smart enough to do that. He's smart enough to rearrange his strategy, to rearrange his positioning. That's how many holds he knows. Frankly, that's how many holds he creates.
He doesn't hold on to a hold for very long unless he knows it's going to win him the match.
Well, this might win him the match. Cross arm breaker again. The attempt cinched in, but Makabe keeps the fingers interlocked and stays on top of Sabre, an attempt of his own.
Look at this. These guys have done their homework, to say the least, Jordan.
Really, really jockeying for that cross arm breaker, if not to finish the match. Trying to neutralize each other. Sabre Jr. trying to neutralize Makabe's Makabe lock, or Makabe lock pie. Makabe trying to neutralize Sabre Jr.'s orienting with napalm death, or hurrah, another year, surely this will be better than the last. The inexorable march of progress will lead us all to happiness. It's a real move name, Brian.
I'm trying to think of a way to paraphrase that. Now this, back to square one here. They've been showing a little bit of what they can pull off.
Sabre Jr. getting a little cheeky with it, and that's really been his calling card, Brian. In addition to the technical excellence, Sabre Jr.'s got an attitude. He's got a certain level of cockiness.
But look at this, neither man really showing a sweat, neither man breathing heavy. These are two well-conditioned athletes, and they're giving you their best tonight.
Sabre Jr. wrenching away at the neck of Makabe. Makabe, the waist lock. Sabre Jr. wisely covering up, but it's Makabe digging the elbow, one of the hardest bones of the body, into the rib cage, leaving the opening to cinch those hands into the face of Sabre Jr., but Sabre Jr. grabs the fingers.
That's right. Oh, almost a straight jacket here.
Oh! Using Makabe's own arms to choke him.
That's right, the carotid artery there, and the back bridge for good measure.
Hold on.
Oh.
Makabe rolls through, maybe looking to steal a cover. No.
Look at that, using his own momentum to slip out of that hold and turnabout's fair play on the world television champion.
Again, I said it with Suzuki, I said it with Adora, I said it with Ali, I said it with the Bullet Club War Dogs. The same is true for Zack Sabre Jr. Less than 48 hours ago, Chicago, Illinois, New Japan Strong, Windy City Riot. He went toe-to-toe with Matthew Riddle, capturing the New Japan World Television Championship for the second time. No way he's 100%. Makabe, on the other hand, in his final year as a professional wrestler, has had a much lighter schedule, has had time to rest and recuperate in a way that a man as busy as Sabre Jr. simply cannot.
Absolutely. Here we go now.
Staying on top of the leg is Makabe. This one has been so even keel from the word go, Brian.
Yeah, I would say it's probably the most evenly matched contest so far we've seen tonight.
We talk about how we've seen the same story many times. Hold on, Makabe taking Sabre Jr. down, control of the leg. Remember that leg lock.
Check this out. Makabe's looking to see how he can escape, and there he goes. Look at this. Zack Sabre Jr. having to resort to fall into the waiting arms of Aubrey Edwards for that one.
Makabe, for the first time in this matchup, has Sabre Jr.'s number. And the world television champion, he knows it. Of course, Brian, this is a one-on-one matchup, but Makabe has a manager in the form of over 800 Rose City fans, the Roseland faithful.
You know what? I think a lesser opponent might be rattled by this showing of support for his opponent, but Zack Sabre Jr. is no ordinary competitor.
He is a big match wrestler, and frankly, given that aforementioned cheeky attitude, he's not afraid to being the least popular guy in the room. Oh, big uppercut there from Sabre Jr. Say what you will about the submissions, the strikes are there, and Makabe's learning the fact. One from Makabe.
There we go. I think Zack Sabre Jr.'s face told the story in that exchange. Look at this now.
Hold on.
Trying to go for the cravat early, but now look at this. Oh, maybe.
He's got to be careful he doesn't get those shoulders of Sabre Jr. down.
Forcing him down there.
Sabre Jr. has got to be careful. Those shoulders go down. But Sabre gets him up.
That torque on the arm, that could have lasting effects.
Makabe.
Oh,
Wow, the nose.
Got
The
your nose.
nose of Makabe. Once again, wrenching at the face.
Both men still trying to just get that leverage, get that peak advantage we've not seen yet so far in the contest.
And again, deja vu, Zack Sabre Jr. covering up. Doing everything he can. Like a snail into their shell. But Daniel Makabe stays on top.
Almost went into a form of abdominal stretch down there. Transitioning, he's got both the arms hooked.
Oh, Makabe lock!
Oh, not so fast.
And Zack Sabre Jr. saw it coming. Zack Sabre Jr. has done his homework, but clearly not enough.
Look at this, the strength of Sabre Jr. to be able to roll out of 2 consecutive attempts.
Yeah, Makabe lock is the ace in the hole for Daniel Makabe.
Oh my God, here it comes. Oh man, some of those painful offense.
Stomping at the digits of Makabe.
And now I believe this is the opening that Zack Sabre Jr. needs.
Again, Sabre Jr., a student of the game. He knows about the Makabe lock. Moreover, he knows about the Makabe lock pie.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
We're getting a "This is awesome" chant for a match that has, at this point, been entirely graps. You'll love to see it.
The Makabe lock pie, a move that no one has ever broken out of. We saw that much back in Alive 2 with Makabe's war against Gregory Sharp. No doubt Zack Sabre Jr. watching that event free on YouTube, streaming now on IWTV, wrenching at the fingers of Makabe. He knows it would be disastrous for his main event aspirations to get locked in that Makabe lock.
Brother! Oh, you see that kind of took something out of Zack as well. Makabe's got a bum arm, but that also tweaked the ankle.
Yeah, Sabre Jr. readjusting the ankle. But again, Sabre has a poker face. He's not letting Makabe or the fans or us see how painful that may have been or may have not been.
And that's the thing about some of these holds. As devastating as they can be to your opponent, if you're not careful, it can take something out of you as well. There's always a little bit of self-sacrifice in every move in wrestling.
Sabre Jr. hammer locking Makabe's arm on the middle rope. Makabe pushing at the face of Sabre Jr. here, almost pie-facing him.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no, fingers are not supposed to bend that way.
Some of the contortions of the arms I see in this matchup make me want to gag sometimes.
Repeated uppercuts here. Brian Zane, spoke to it earlier. You have more wrestling experience than me. What is so devastating? Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
You want to talk devastating? I thought that that kick of his was something to the arm. But look at that. That straight right hand just jacked Zack's jaw.
Almost a variation on the big unit punch.
Wow.
This.
Bam!
Pow! Right in the kisser.
Oh, but you saw Sabre still got that kick off on the arm. That caused him to stay slow.
Again, back to these uppercuts. What makes the uppercut such a devastating wrestling move? As Sabre Jr. maybe looking to lock in that octopus hold.
Here we go. Well, the European uppercut, it rocks your chest, your jaw, your neck. It just affects your entire upper body and can send your equilibrium completely off kilter. And that's just one uppercut. We're seeing these guys throw bomb after bomb after bomb and somehow able to stay upright. I can't believe it.
Talk about off kilter. Makabe doing everything he can to escape the octopus hold of Zack Sabre Jr. The same way the Makabe lock is a game ender for Daniel Makabe, the octopus is a game ender for Zack Sabre Jr. And Makabe knows it.
Look at the quickness of Sabre, able to get out of it and counter with one of his own, maybe. No.
Again, these men know each other so well. Daniel Makabe has idolized Zack Sabre Jr. for years, flew all the way from Vancouver, British Columbia to Los Angeles, California to watch a PWG show simply to see Zack Sabre Jr. wrestle. And now, nearly a decade later, he is sharing the ring with his hero in the main event of Roseland 8.
I mean, things coming full circle here in what could be Makabe's swan song in prestige wrestling.
And it's a very different story. We talk about how we've seen the same story a few times tonight with Akira and Suzuki, with the Blackheart Leo Rush and Jaden. Those were knockdown, drag-out brawls. This is the exact opposite, Brian Zane.
I mean, no, this show's truly given you a little bit of everything tonight, hasn't they? That's good grammar.
Daniel Makabe Doing everything he can to get some feeling back into that arm, to alleviate the pain, if only for the moment. Uppercuts again, back and forth. Going for the big unit punch properly this time, but Sabre Jr. off the ropes. Big boot.
Yeah, this match has evolved from, straight grappling to
Makabe catches the boot. Look at that suplex variation with the legs crossed. And a near fall there. Makabe almost had him.
This match is starting to, break out from traditional holds and counter holds. We're seeing limbs flying. We're seeing some hard contact being made.
Makabe on top here. It is not often that you keep a Zack Sabre Jr. down. Makabe knows it, and he is capitalizing.
Look at this game of physical and mental chess here. Oh, a cloverleaf attempt there.
No, Sabre Jr. reverses it.
Man, this is truly a battle of wills here.
Yeah, that is how quickly the tide of the matchup can turn.
The crowd showing a quiet reverence.
Look at this. Sabre Jr. twisting the leg of Daniel Makabe. Makabe using the free leg to send Sabre Jr. down to the canvas.
The fans are captivated. They are wrapped up in this battle here, this constant need to out-pretzel one another.
This is technical wrestling excellence, but both men feeling far from excellent. You hear Sabre Jr. scream. You see him writhe in pain. He's doing everything he can to escape, and indeed rolls under the bottom ropes. Referee Aubrey calling for the break.
Smart move here. When things reach a stalemate, sometimes the best action is to go out of bounds.
But Daniel Makabe rolls him right towards the center. Perseverance is the name of the game against an athlete like Zack Sabre Jr. This is not a New Japan World Television Championship match. No time limit, Brian Zane.
Absolutely. These guys now digging deep here.
We're talking about digging. Daniel Makabe digging the foot of Sabre Jr. into the canvas, but Sabre Jr. uses the free limb to escape. Big kick.
That'll liquefy your jawbone.
Again for Daniel Makabe, it is balls to the wall. It is all or nothing. Go big or go home. Look at that.
Yep.
Liquefied indeed. He will risk life and limb. He will give it all because this is his magnum opus. Guess what? In 3 months, Brian Zane, it's gone. Look at this. Sabre Jr. with that hold cinched in.
And in the city where they filmed Mr. Holland's opus, it would be very fitting if Makabe's magnum opus ends in victory tonight.
Death Valley driver, but not opting for a cover. Instead, going back to the Makabe lock.
There it is.
He's got the lock locked in.
Sabre Jr. saying, not yet.
He doesn't have the torque on the arms that he needs, and Sabre Jr. wisely rolling towards the bottom ropes. He is a tall man. He is a lanky man. Despite the size he has added, Zack Sabre Jr. has length in his limbs, and I think that is exactly what saved him here.
That's been one of the saving graces in his entire career, is his ability to reach the ropes from just about anywhere.
Daniel Makabe with a look of shock. He thought for sure that was it. He thought he had him beat with the Makabe lock. Now staying on top of him.
Fans have been standing for this entire match, many of which here, some of them getting their first real taste of serious graps. This is wrestling personified.
Another uppercut, but maybe went to the well one too many times. Sabre Jr. caught him.
Redirection here.
Going into the octopus hold.
The quickness. And now he's pulling his own ankle for more leverage, trying to close that vice grip, but see Makabe.
Taking the leg into the neck, grabbing the arm, but Makabe with a dragon screw variation takes Sabre Jr. down. That same leg that was just draped over, putting so much pressure onto the neck of Makabe, just got drilled in places it is simply not supposed to go.
And Sabre Jr. is on the ropes here. I don't think.
Oh, hold on. Went for the dragon screw again. But Sabre Jr. escaped at what cost?
Wow. Talk about what I mentioned, self-sacrifice. Sabre was able to get some breathing room, but he is in no good shape himself. He's got to be thinking, what can I do next to really put the screws to Makabe and get out of here with a win?
Both of these men, 20-year pros, very different journeys, as polar opposite as you can get. but 20 years in the squared circle, 20 years plying your craft. Hold on.
Hang on.
Daniel Makabe grabs the leg.
And he brings it down, just turning his upper body into dead weight to bring Sabre Jr. down to a knee.
And Sabre Jr. trying to grab at his own leg there, trying to do everything he can to keep Makabe away from the feet.
Here we go, look at this. Thank goodness Sabre Jr. is very flexible.
Again, back to that snail-like positioning here, but Makabe digs the elbow into the neck. He's thinking Makabe lock once again,
Wait a
but
minute.
Sabre Jr. steals it. Braun hold!
No! Man! You could put a piece of paper under Aubrey Edwards' hand.
Look at Sabre Jr. clutching at the thigh here. He is really feeling the offense. Cover!
Ooh!
Kick out from Makabe.
Even if Sabre Jr. wins this matchup, I don't think he's going to be the same after this.
Again, Sabre Jr. knew what he was in for. It's the reason why a guy as frankly cheeky as a ZSJ gave that handshake before the bell. Big unit punch!
Oh!
Tribute to Randy Johnson, and Sabre Jr. may be out cold.
The look, Makabe, both his arm, his hand, he is in a compromised state. He cannot capitalize. And look, check out Sabre Jr. here. Oh, he was playing possum, Jordan.
Sabre Jr.'s capitalizing.
Oh.
Octopus hold, takes him down.
This has got to be it. Look at him fighting against Daniel.
Makabe is writhing in pain. And Makabe somehow manages to escape.
Not done yet.
Staying on top of Sabre Jr. But again, Sabre Jr. with the arm. Let's get that Jim Breaks arm bar.
Things looking dire maybe for Makabe. Look at that! Oh, this has got to be it.
The arms are crossed.
Nowhere to go.
Not of Makabe's own volition, but the arms are crossed. He's still got his legs, and he's using them, inching towards the rope.
Are you kidding me?
Sabre Jr. using that length to keep those legs away.
He's got them all locked in.
Makabe is stretched.
He is hog-tied.
Nowhere to go. Hog-tied indeed, Brian Zane.
Look at the pain etched on Makabe's face. He's giving up. He's giving up.
What a match.
Yeah!